Match day 26 and the last couple match days have been rough for both me and everyone in the nerdy soccer table. Not too much movement there on the nerdy soccer table, but let's take a look at it. Let's Go Crew still in that number one spot, up again by 2 points at 34 points. Samuel, and Joey Betts, 32 points still there in second. And then coming in that fifth spot, we have Jerry G with 29, but he's also tied with M. Donovan at 29 points. If you want to get involved, as always, the QR code is on the screen. Link is in the descriptions. There's 3 matches out there for you to predict, as always, and it's just a good time. Go out, vote, or actually predict, not even vote. Predict what you think the outcomes are of those 3 games, climb the leaderboard, and it is just all fun and games. But let's move on. Let's get into match day 27 predictions. Kicking match day 27 off, we have Columbus Crew versus Orlando City. Currently, Columbus Crew 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Orlando City a win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome in this one is a 2-2 draw there at lower.com field. I don't know about that one. I don't know. And a 42% win probability in favor of Orlando City. Don't know if I agree with that too much either. Columbus Crew are just a good side. Currently at home, they are on a 5-match unbeaten streak, a 4-match winning streak with 4 wins and a draw there at home in their last 5. Orlando City, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 away matches, currently on a 4-match unbeaten streak. Columbus are coming off of a victory there at home, 2-1 over DC United, where Orlando City are coming off of a road victory against the Revs, which, to me, the Revs haven't been the greatest recently. I don't know if I can go with the 2-2 outcome in this one, the expected outcome. I think that Columbus Crew are a better team than Orlando City. Orlando City are very inconsistent, but they have only lost 2 on the road, where Columbus Crew have only lost 1 there at home. But I'm going to go with it, going with the home side here, and I think Columbus Crew win this match 2-1 over Orlando City. Next up, we have the New England Revs versus CF Montreal. The Revs currently a draw and 4 losses in their last 5 matches. CF Montreal 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome in this one is a 2-1 victory there for the home side in the Revs, with the Revs having a 58% win probability. CF Montreal only an 18% win probability there on the road. But the Revs at home currently are the same as their last 5, a draw and 4 losses there at home in their last 5, where CF Montreal on the road, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. The Revs coming off of a loss there at home against Orlando City. Montreal coming off of a loss at home against Chicago Fire. The last time that these 2 teams played there at Gillette Stadium, it did end in a 2-2 draw. And this one we know that CF Montreal are not great. They only have 2 wins on the road with 3 draws. But also the Revs. The Revs only have 2 wins and 2 draws at home with 6 losses. Not going to go with the expected outcome on this one. I'm actually going to go with that 24% win probability of it becoming a draw. I guess it's not a win probability if it's a draw. But that 24% chance that it is a draw, I'm going to go with it. I think this match ends in a 2-2 draw there at Gillette Stadium. Now, for a match that I'm definitely looking forward to this match day, because we saw a great game by Cincinnati a few weeks ago. That is Inter Miami versus FC Cincinnati. Currently, Inter Miami 4 wins and a loss in their last 5 matches, where FC Cincinnati 4 wins and a loss in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome in this one is a 2-2 draw there in Miami, but Miami have a 45% win probability, where Cincinnati only have a 34% chance of winning this match. Inter Miami at home in their last 5, 4 wins and a loss. Currently on a 3-match winning streak, where Cincinnati on the road, 4 wins and a loss, currently on a 4-match winning streak. The last time that these 2 teams did play in Miami, Miami won that game 2-0 over Cincinnati. That was back in last season. From a couple of different things, everything is pointing to a 2-2 draw in this, but I do have one thing pointing that it's going to be a 2-1 victory for Inter Miami. And I think I'm going to go with that. I think that Inter Miami at home are good. I think Cincinnati is a fantastic team, but Miami need to get a little bit of a revenge in this one. They went on the road and lost 3-0 against this FC Cincinnati team, so they got to have revenge. And I think Inter Miami get it done here and win this match 2-1 over FC Cincinnati. Next up, we have my Atlanta United versus Seattle Sounders. Atlanta United currently 3 draws and 2 losses. I don't know what to say to that. Seattle Sounders 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5 matches. Still continuing, like I said, they're playing the way I expected them to after the Club World Cup. The expected outcome in this one is a 2-1 victory for the Seattle Sounders with a 58% win probability. Only 21 there to Atlanta, and it's tied with a 21% draw. Atlanta's just not looking good. Currently at home in their last 5 matches, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. So not a terrible home record in the last 5, but they are 4-4-4 there at home on the season. Seattle Sounders on the road, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Atlanta are coming off of a home loss to Charlotte, which Seattle is a lot better team than Charlotte, in my opinion, where the Sounders are coming off of a 3-2 victory over the Earthquakes there at home at Lumen Field. The expected outcome, 2-1 for Seattle. I think it sounds good. I'm going to stick with it. Seattle have not won there in Atlanta. It is a good travel, but they've had a lot of time off. They've had a good bit of time off since the last match day. So I think that Seattle's going to go on the road here and get the 3 points there at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Atlanta, I want to pick them. I want to be biased. Maybe they could even come out with a draw. I think I'd be happy with a draw because of how good this Seattle team is. But I'm going to go with the expected outcome in this one, and I think Seattle wins 2-1 over Atlanta United. Now, a match for you all to vote on the community tab for us to do a watch-along for, that is San Diego FC versus Nashville SC. Currently, San Diego 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, where Nashville 4 wins and a loss in their last 5 matches, currently on a 2-match winning streak. Nashville's just looking really good recently. San Diego has kind of dropped off from what we've seen at the beginning of the season. The expected outcome in this one is in favor of the road side for a 2-1 victory for Nashville with a 42% win probability, but I think that 33% win probability for San Diego is actually pretty good, and it's pretty close to that 42% for Nashville. San Diego, though, at home in their last 5, not looking that great. 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. Currently, 2 losses and a draw in their last 3, so not that great. Nashville, on the other hand, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches there on the road. San Diego are coming off of a home draw against Vancouver Whitecaps, which we know Vancouver Whitecaps are a good side this season. Nashville coming off of a home victory against Toronto FC, only 1-0 though, so that could be a little bit scary because Nashville should have done better, even though Toronto's looking okay recently. With this one, I went back and forth. I think the Nashville 2-1, the expected outcome looks good. I even think a 1-1 draw looks good. But I'm going to say it here. The Nashville's a good side. San Diego is a good side. San Diego need to find something. And what better way to start to get back into their winning habits than against a very good Nashville side? I actually am going to go with the home team here. I think San Diego is going to win this match 2-1 over Nashville. Next up, we have Houston Dynamo versus LA Galaxy. Houston, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. LA Galaxy, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome in this one is a home victory for Houston Dynamo, which I can see, definitely, because LA Galaxies still have yet to win one on the road. 47% chance win probability for Houston, only a 29% chance for the Galaxy in this one. But Houston at home in their last 5, a win, a draw, and 3 losses, where the Galaxy on the road, 3 draws and 2 losses in their last 5. Houston are coming off of a home draw with the Union, which that to me is a great pickup for Houston because of how good the Philadelphia Union are. But this is even bigger for the Galaxy in their last match on the road at LAFC, drawing that match 3-3, and I believe it was a comeback to draw it there at the end of the game. The last 2 times that these teams have played, though, in Houston, Houston have won those games, one 3-0, 2-1 in the other one. I like the expected outcome pointing towards Houston, but I think Galaxy are starting to look better, even though they had that setback against Austin at home 2 matches ago. I don't think either team wins this one. I think that the Galaxy are going to go on the road here, get a point. I think this match is going to end in a 1-1 draw there in Houston. Now that takes us to the capital for DC United versus Austin FC. DC United a draw and 4 losses in their last 5 matches, currently on a 3-match losing streak. Not good, DC. Austin, on the other hand, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches, and a 43% win probability in favor of the road side there for Austin, only 22% for DC. DC is having that bad of a season. DC United in their last 5 matches, they're at home, 2 draws and 3 losses, where Austin on the road not looking too bad with 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses on the road. DC coming off of a road loss to Columbus Crew in their last match. Austin coming off of a road victory there in LA, traveling back across country. And the last time and the only time that these 2 teams have played there at Audi Field, Austin did win that match 3-2 back in 2022 though, so doesn't really make a difference in this match. I'm still going against Austin. I think that was a good victory against the Galaxy. Galaxy have been up and down, even though they've looked good in the last handful of match days. But Austin is still Austin. Even though on the road here in their last 5, they beat the Galaxy, they beat Colorado Rapid, Minnesota United, and their 2 losses are against a very good Seattle side and a very good San Diego side. So Austin's looking okay. But I think that DC United they've had time to regroup. Also Austin, but DC really needed it. And this could be a statement game for DC United to get back on a winning track, or at least a drawing track. I think DC United is going to get the job done here, get the 3 points at home, and win this match 1-0 over Austin FC. Now, staying on the East Coast, we have Charlotte FC versus Toronto FC. Currently, Charlotte 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches, currently on a 4-match unbeaten streak and a 3-match winning streak, which is looking good for Charlotte, getting back into their winning ways like they were there kind of at the beginning of the season. Toronto FC, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses there in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome, of course, is in favor of the home side there, with Charlotte only losing 2 at home and drawing only 1 with 8 wins. So that is a great home record, in my opinion, where Toronto, 3 wins, 2 draws, and 5 losses on the road so far this season. 45% win probability for Charlotte in this one. And they're looking good at home in their last 5, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss, currently on a 4-match unbeaten streak at home, where Toronto on the road, actually a pretty good road stat for the last 5, 3 wins and 2 losses. Toronto maybe finding their way without Insigne and Bernardeschi, which I love that for them, I really do. Charlotte coming off of a road victory against Atlanta United 3-2. Toronto coming off of a loss against a very good Nashville side at Geodis Park, only 1-0. So they stuck around. Toronto are looking pretty good, but Charlotte look better at home. They're in form right now. The last time that these 2 teams played, Charlotte won 3-2 there at Bank of America Stadium. I don't think that they win 3-2. I don't think they win 2-1. I actually think Charlotte's going to get the shutout here, and I think that they win this match 2-0 over Toronto. Back out on the West Coast, we have LAFC versus Portland Timbers. Currently, LAFC 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches, currently on a 4-match unbeaten streak, where Portland, not Toronto, Portland Timbers are 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome is in favor of LAFC in this one, 2-1, with a 50% win probability in favor of LAFC, only a 26% chance for the Timbers. LA looking pretty good at home, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches, currently on a 3-match unbeaten streak at home, where Portland not looking good on the road with a draw and 3 losses, currently on a 3-match losing streak. LAFC definitely have the number here with the home matches against Portland. Portland have only won this match one time in LA, which that goes back to 2021. I think LAFC should have no problem with this, even though that they are coming off of a 3-3 draw with the Galaxy at home. Portland coming off of a 1-1 draw at home with Minnesota. I think LAFC have no problem with this game. I really like Portland. I would like to see them perform better, but very mediocre at this point in time of the season. I think LAFC is going to win this one 3-1 over the Timbers. That leads us into FC Dallas versus NYCFC. Currently, Dallas 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches, but currently on a 2-match unbeaten streak. NYCFC 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, also on a 2-match unbeaten streak. Expected outcome, though, is in favor of NYCFC. They're on the road 2-1 over Dallas. That is because Dallas has only won 2 and have drawn 2 at home with 7 losses, where NYCFC have only won 2 on the road, but they do have 5 draws. The win probability pointing in favor of NYCFC at 49%. Dallas in their last 5, though, at home, a win, a draw, and 3 losses, where NYCFC on the road 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 road matches. Dallas are coming off of a big victory, though, against St. Louis City 3-0. St. Louis City is a weak team. You dominate them, they're at home. This could be a confidence booster. NYCFC coming off of a road draw against Sporting Kansas City 1-1. I do like this expected outcome. I could see NYCFC walking in there, no problem, winning this match 2-1. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Dallas are going to build off of this good win against St. Louis City. Yes, St. Louis City is not a good team, but when you beat a team 3-0 and they're not a good team, that's a good win to me. And I think they're going to build on that confidence, but I don't think they win this match. I think NYCFC come on the road, get a point, and this match ends in a 1-1 draw there at Toyota Stadium. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Union versus Colorado Rapids. Philadelphia 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Colorado Rapids a win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome is in favor of the home side for Philadelphia Union there at Subaru Park, with a 58% win probability and an 18% win probability in favor of Colorado. So not a pretty big gap there. In the last 5 matches for the Union there at Subaru Park, 4 wins and a draw, currently on a 5-match unbeaten streak, and it might even extend longer than that. Where Colorado Rapid on the road not looking that great with 2 draws and 3 losses. Philadelphia coming off of a road draw 1-1 with Houston. Colorado Rapids coming off of a road draw against Seattle Sounders 3-3 in their last match. I want to say that Colorado could give this one a go, make it kind of close, but I think Philadelphia, they're just looking good at home. They're averaging 2.4 in their last 5 home matches there. And yeah, I just think that they're the better side, and I have to go with that. It's hard to play at Subaru Park. Maybe the travel will hurt Colorado a little bit, but I don't think so with having the rest in between the two, the match day before. In this one, I think I'm going to go with the expected outcome in this one, and I think Philadelphia wins this 2-1 over the Colorado Rapids. Now, that leads us into Real Salt Lake versus San Jose Earthquakes. Real Salt Lake, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches, where the Earthquakes, 3 draws and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. I wish the Earthquakes would turn around. It was actually a pretty exciting game there against Seattle Sounders in their last match. We watched that one on the live stream. The expected outcome is in favor of the Earthquakes on this one, 2-1 over Real Salt Lake, with a 47% win probability in favor of them, with a 29% for Real Salt Lake. I don't know if I agree with that, because Real Salt Lake don't look that bad at home with 5 wins and 1 draw. They do have 5 losses, though, where the Earthquakes 4 wins, 2 draws, and 6 losses. They're away so far this season. Real Salt Lake do look pretty good at home in their last 5 with 3 wins and 2 losses. They are coming off of a loss there at home, though, against FC Cincinnati, where the Earthquakes are coming off of a loss on the road to Seattle 3-2, like I talked about just a little bit ago, which ended up being an exciting game. At first, it was not. The expected outcome, 2-1. I could see it happening for the Earthquakes, but I feel like Real Salt Lake are in a better form than what the Earthquakes are. Even though the Earthquakes did win the last time these two teams played there in Salt Lake, I do, however, think the Earthquakes go on the road and get a point. They're good at drawing. I feel like they've had so many draws. I mean, they have 8 draws on the season this year. And I think they go on the road, get a point here. I think this match ends in a 2-2 draw there in Salt Lake. Coming down the stretch, we have Vancouver Whitecaps versus Sporting Kansas City. Currently, Vancouver, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, where Sporting Kansas City, a win, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome, of course, is pointing in favor of the home side of Vancouver Whitecaps, even though they have been struggling recently since like the Gold Cup has happened. They've been struggling. But with a 58% win probability in this one and a 21% for Sporting Kansas City, it is leaning heavily in favor of Vancouver. Vancouver at home in their last 5 matches, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, where Sporting Kansas City on the road in their last 5 matches, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. Vancouver are coming off of a draw on the road against San Diego, where Sporting Kansas City are coming off of a home draw with NYCFC. I like this expected outcome, but I'm going to go a little bit further. I think that we could see these two teams score a good bit of goals. I know that Sporting Kansas City haven't really scored a good bit, almost 2 that they're averaging there away, where Vancouver are averaging 2 there at home and allowing 1.6. I think we're going to see goals in this one. I think that we're going to see 5, and I do think that Vancouver are going to come out with the 3 points and win this match 3-2 over Sporting Kansas City. Now, for our second to last match, we have St. Louis City versus Minnesota United. St. Louis 1 win and 4 losses in their last 5 matches. You got my hopes up, St. Louis. I thought that you could go in and beat Dallas and start winning games, and then you go and get smashed by them. Minnesota United, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. The expected outcome in favor of Minnesota, rightfully so. Minnesota's just a better side. Also, Minnesota have won both games that have been played there in St. Louis between these two sides. They have a 64% win probability in this one to 15% for St. Louis City, one of the biggest we've seen for a road side in a while. St. Louis at home, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5, where Minnesota United on the road in their last 5, 2 wins and 3 draws, currently on a 5-match unbeaten streak. That looks great. That's a great road last 5, in my opinion. Like I said, St. Louis are coming off of a loss against FC Dallas in their last match day. Minnesota United coming off of a road draw there at Providence Park against Portland Timbers. I like this expected outcome. There's not much. Everything that I run is pointing towards a 2-1 victory for Minnesota. I think Minnesota wins this one. I'm going to go with the expected outcome. I think it's a 2-1 victory for Minnesota, but I could see it being like a 2-0 or even a 3-1, 3 to maybe 2 for St. Louis. I could see goals in this one, but I definitely think Minnesota come out on top on this one, and I'm going to go with that expected outcome, 2-1 over St. Louis City. For our last match, we have Chicago Fire versus New York Red Bulls. Currently, Chicago Fire 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. The Red Bulls 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, coming off of a ugly loss at home against Inter Miami 5-1. The expected outcome in this one is a 2-2 draw there in Chicago. Very close win probability for both sides, 40% to the away side, 39% to the home side. Chicago just not that great at home, but the Red Bulls not great on the road. Chicago in their last 5, 2 wins and 3 losses there at home, where the Red Bulls 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 road matches. Chicago are coming off of a road victory in their last match day. Like I said earlier, the Red Bulls coming off of a loss there at home. Expected outcome looks good in this one to be a 2-2 draw. I think that the Red Bulls could bounce back, and a lot of things point to a 2-2 draw in this one, or at least a draw in this one, but I'm not going to take it. I think the Red Bulls continue to struggle on the road. I think Chicago find a way to win this one, and I'm going to say that they win this match 2-1 over the Red Bulls. So that is it for my match day 27 predictions. Tell me what your predictions are for this match day. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content. We will see you for the watch along.